So like the thing that propels you forwards in chunks through the game and through the end game, and then also the big goals too, like to take on these various bosses and then the uber bosses behind them. We have so much there in Path of Exile, and that's been getting better and better. And from what we've seen in the past, the bosses in Path of Exile 2 campaign look awesome. Like the previous demo, like the Devourer and those very boss fights that look like more interesting arenas, more interesting fights, and that's something I hope to see a lot of today. Hopefully, is like some cool boss fights. I know we've got like 30 minutes or something of gameplay time live on stage. So
Spoiler.
Yeah.
And
also
difficult gameplay, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so they've ramped it up.
You were mentioning, Rise. You'd heard something about that.
Yeah, the difficulty is supposed to be through the roof. So if you're a player that's a little bit concerned about what you're going to be seeing here, if you're a father of 17 children and you've got the dishes to do and you can only play 20 minutes a month, I think don't worry about it too much. I think there's going to be plenty of gameplay for everybody.
Yeah, you won't run out anytime soon in that situation.
All right. Here we go. Like I said, that's just the thing. You gotta stick up for the value of yourself and my community and my content. So that's what we did. Yep. That's what we're doing.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Gotta be done.
Here.
Crip! Oh my gosh!
And welcome to Exilecon!
Oh, he's so nervous. Hopefully he can read. Maybe that's what it is.
Thank you all so much for joining us here in New Zealand.
Looking
it's quite
good.
a journey. Thank you guys for joining us
bright lights.
online. It's going to be a fantastic show.
Is that the prompter down there?
So you guys want to learn about what's coming up in Path of Exile?
Good old Crip.
Oh, you do? Yeah, me too. Yeah.
You got this, buddy.
Before we get to the people that are best to deliver that information, before we get into Path of Exile's wonderful future, let's take a moment to go over all the wonderful things we have already experienced in Path of Exile. Let's take a moment to check out Path of Exile from the past.
Beautiful. I remember this, dude. I actually, maybe not the unreleased internal trailer. I remember like the Ultra OG out there like battling in PvP in Path of Exile. That was so much fun.
Life is fleeting.
A worthy opponent.
You guys should go check out my Path of Exile PvP videos. Look at this. What a beautiful, wonderful trajectory in the game. Let me get some of this stuff out of the way, actually. Let me get this out of the way for you guys. There. Clean that up a little bit. I'll fix it up later. Delve, so good. Betrayal, so good. That was like prime time for me right there. Play Calandra. What a good amount of that one. Yep. Always rocking. Oh. What? Is this new? How's the audio? You guys good? Looking smooth with the animations. Look at that. Ooh. Looking, animations looking real, ooh. Looking real crispy. Looking nice. Ground slamming, I like that. That is so many mobs. And there's a monk too. Got the roll dodge looking clean. Smacking him up. Do you think we'll actually be using this many abilities? I wonder. Is roll dodge like standard? Looking good, looking good. Looking good.
Hi, I'm Chris Wilson from Grinding Gear Games.
Everybody loves you. You're good, you got this, man.
Welcome to Exilecon
You got
2023.
this. Everybody loves you.
It feels like just yesterday that I was here on stage at Exilecon 2019 announcing Path of Exile 2. Since then, we have worked tirelessly on the content we're going to show you this weekend.
Oh my goodness.
To everyone here in person, thank you so much for coming out to join us. It honestly feels so good to know that people love Path of Exile so much that they fly across the world to come and celebrate it with us in person here. I really hope you have a great trip and make the most of your time in New Zealand. Our last Exilecon was a magical experience, and we've tried to go above and beyond in every way this time. If you're tuning in online to watch the live stream,
is it like a magic card kind of deal?
I wish you could all be with us here, but to ensure you have the full Exilecon experience,
is that kind of like the idea?
To include every talk and session as part of the 2-day live stream this weekend. We have so much to share with you this weekend, and let's just get
They care so much about what? Their game?
I'd like to introduce Jonathan Rogers and Mark Roberts, game directors of Path of Exile 2.
I mean, everybody, you gotta be. This is what you do.
Hey guys. While Chris has been running Path of Exile 1, Mark and I and over 100 other developers have been hard at work on PoE 2. And honestly, the project has become much bigger than we expected when we announced it in 2019. It's been almost 4 years since then.
Good news.
It's about time we showed you what we've been working on.
Yeah. It is absolutely not Mr. Dirty Shirt, no. I mean, every game has taken massive inspiration from, like, you know,
Exile 2019,
Diablo 2, for example, perhaps, but I think PoE is or Path of Exile is the game that has taken the action RPG genre forward the most.
PoE 2 scope has continued to grow and grow, and it's far more than just an expansion with a new campaign. It has entirely new monsters, skills, mechanics, classes, everything you'd expect from the next generation of action RPGs.
Okay.
Not to mention revamps of most of the PoE 1 League content.
Yeah.
This thing is just freaking huge. There was a point when we realized that our plan to replace PoE 1 with PoE 2 would essentially be getting rid of a game that people love for no real reason. So we made a decision. Path of Exile 1 and 2 will be separate with their own mechanics, balance, endgames, and leagues.
Okay.
But it's still a shared platform. Your microtransactions are available across both games.
Interesting.
Everything you have ever purchased or will ever purchase in the future will be usable in both games unless it's hyper-specific to the content of one of them. You can't transform into a bear in PoE 1, so a reskin of your bear form isn't going to work. But you absolutely can equip the awesome armor set that you got and use all your stash tabs.
Good.
So with that in mind, we'd love to show you a live demo of some of the stuff we've been working on. PoE 2 has come a long way. Mark here is going to man the PC. Hopefully he doesn't die. It is a live gameplay demo after all.
Roll up the sleeves. Getting it ready. Getting it ready. No, but I mean, the people who made Path of Exile are like big fans of action RPGs in the past, like Diablo. But you can tell that it has a red health globe and a purple or a blue mana globe. But don't let that fool you, as it's like the same game by any means. They have taken the genre farther than anything else.
Searching for answers.
It's fantastic.
Everywhere I went, the same divine devastation. It must end.
Who's this?
I will end it, and no exile will stop me.
You think that would be like our Marauder with the knife to their throat too? And the cutscene? That's my boy right there. The Marauder. Mercenary. And Monk. And Druid. Oh wow. That looked intense. Yeah, did I miss Warrior? Did I miss one of the Warrior? Ground slamming? Sundering? Sorry, I was talking about something. Ugh. What the? How do you live like that? Watch out now. Oh my gosh, this looks insane. The dodge roll animations are looking so good. Yeah, if you guys like action RPGs, remember this game is free to play, by the way. So there's nothing stopping you from just going and trying it out right now. That's Path of Exile 1 is available. Path of Exile 2 is what we're looking at right now. No, it is a tremendous game. Yeah. I would imagine this will be free to play.
Will be reborn, no matter the cost.
Ugh. So sick. So sick. So sick. That was looking very good.
All right, Mark. Your turn now.
That was looking very good. Cool.
In PoE 1, we had one character class for each of the combinations.
He's got
dexterity,
skill points
and
though.
intelligence. When looking at the design of PoE 2, though, we realized that many of the new skills that we were trying to design
He's got like a tectonic slam looking deal.
Classes that we have. Being a spellcaster with a bear form makes sense for strength.
I wonder if you're really going to be using that many skills, or if you're just showing them off.
We realized that since we had new mechanics for every attribute combination, it actually made sense to design a new character class to explore the new themes.
Got some power charges, maybe.
Every attribute combination has 2 classes associated with it. Strength Int has the Templar or the Druid. On Dexterity, you have the Ranger or the more spare-focused Huntress. Okay. And on Dex Int, you have the Shadow and the Monk, which Mark is playing here. Each class has its own 3 Ascendancies that let you further specialize the class in a way that only that class has access to.
Right.
But they both start at the same location on the passive tree.
Interesting.
The quest rewards you are offered on the 2 variants are tailored to
Makes
the class.
sense, I guess.
But of course, this is PoE. You can still mix and match anything to your heart's content.
Not yet.
Here we have Blackjaw, former overseer of the Mechanarium. When the Val fell, he was turned to stone and now guards the area. In order to take down this boss, we're going to need all the tools in the Monk's arsenal, especially the combo of Freeze and Glacial Cascade.
Well, there's PvP in the game, it's just not,
you might think you
it's not a big part of it.
Freeze because there's so many bosses that are immune to it. But in PoE 2, that's changing significantly.
Oh?
In PoE 1, Freeze is a binary mechanic. An attack freezes the target, or it doesn't. What this basically means is that in PoE 1, we were forced to add freeze immunity to many bosses because freeze just trivialized them. Because of that, freezing was something you could only really rely on while pack clearing, and not something you could use as a core part of your build for boss fighting. In PoE 2, though, all crowd control mechanics now have internal meters that allow you to build up to a freeze or stun, or whatever other CC mechanic that you're using.
Cool.
It's a little bit like Poise from games like Elden Ring, though the meters tend to be a lot smaller than those games. When you freeze an enemy, it increases the amount of freeze you need to do.
Can you maybe see it on the guy? That'd be good.
Difficulty bleeds away slowly. More freeze will always let you freeze the boss more often, but this system means that you will not get out of control in party play or interact badly with other CC mechanics, allowing us to let these kinds of mechanics actually work against all bosses.
Yeah, it's definitely taking a second, but you can see the freeze stacking up. They got stunned there too. Not just frozen. Watch out now. He's playing like every attack will one-shot him, which it might. He's got a lot of abilities, making use of it. Oh, he's choking!
What?
Oh no.
Oh no.
Live gameplay, yeah.
All right. Let's
He's choking.
take 2. All right, so this might be a good time to mention that in PoE 2, if you die to the boss, you have to start again from the start. There's no boss cheesing.
It's a little stressful. So they were like, they really were just like, okay, dude, you have to beat this boss or else the show cannot continue. Oh my gosh. Run!
Whoa, whoa. Come on, come on. No. Get it. They're so good. There you go, there you go.
After this.
No. Get him. Okay.
It's stressing me out, man.
There we go.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
Holy, this dude is stressing me out. 10:30 a.m.
Time's the charm.
Okay, cool.
So, Blackjaw has dropped a consumable quest item here called the Flame Core.
Sheesh.
It's a permanent +10 to Spirit. And
Okay.
PoE 2, we really want to make sure that you feel rewarded for exploration. It wouldn't be much good if we made all these awesome optional bosses if we didn't have something great to find for killing them. One of the things you might find for killing a boss is permanent stat bonuses to your character. Now, we're going to open up the skill screen. If Octavian opens the skill options for his lightning skills, you can see here that you can choose which weapon sets are usable with each skill. First, we uncheck set 1 from being used by his lightning skills. Then we go through the cold skills and turn those off with his lightning weapon.
That's a lot of fiddling,
Just take a second.
If I can remember where they are.
It's like Barbarian in D4, huh?
Now, when we use Spark, the character will automatically switch to the lightning stuff on his back and then use the skill.
Yeah.
And when Octavian uses his Ice Nova, his character automatically switches to his Ice Staff before using it.
Interesting. It's cool, but that's like Barbarian, yeah. That's pretty cool.
You can configure each skill for which set to use, or both if you don't mind which. There's a very short time penalty to switching, so it can be good to leave some skills on both sets if it doesn't matter which weapon set you're using.
Okay.
But we still have a problem. Passives. Wouldn't it be nice if we could specialize in both cold and lightning passives on the character? Well, in PoE 2 you can.
How?
Hopefully Mark can deal with those monsters while we do this demo. So, we're on the passive skill screen here, and you can see that we are close to both a cold and a lightning cluster. At the top right of the screen, you can see that we have some weapon sets.
Do you have passives for each weapon set?
If Octavian holds shift, he can allocate set 1 to the cold passives.
Path of Exile 2 is in 2 passive trees.
Now, check it out.
This is insanely complicated, says Dacron. Welcome to Path of Exile,
skills allocate changes from one build to the other automatically.
Bruh.
So whenever we cast the appropriate spell, the character's passives reconfigure on the fly.
You actually have
to the correct build
2
for that spell.
passive trees?
Now you can't do this with every single passive on your tree. Only points granted from skill books will allow this kind of dual specialization.
Oh, okay.
So you're not going to be changing from a mace slamming warrior into a fire elementalist with the press of a button. But it certainly increases the number of options you have for builds.
Still
There's
insane.
a huge number of places where the system can shine. You can augment your dagger shadow build with traps.
I love how Path of Exile is like, yeah, our skill trees are pretty complicated. We're just gonna go ahead and make it even crazier for Path of Exile 2. They're not like dialing back, making it more like casual or like approachable. They're like, no, this is we're just gonna make it even more insane, actually.
So as Jonathan explained, Path of Exile 1 will continue to be its own unique game once Path of Exile 2 comes out.
Interesting.
We will continue to update it with expansions and leagues going forward. And because accounts and microtransactions are shared between the two games, and their expansion releases are offset from each other, it's super easy to jump between them and effectively play both if you want. So I'm going off script for a second here and just going to explain this a bit better. Imagine we release a Path of Exile 2 expansion, right? So everyone dives in and plays it. You give it, say, out of the 13-week cycle, you're going to play for, some hardcore players play for the first few weeks, some people play for most of the time. We're going to aim a Path of Exile 1 expansion to come out towards the end of that cycle, say 4 or 5 weeks from the end, which also lasts for 3 months. So because Path of Exile 2 has more content and is a significantly larger game, it will mean that you can play Path of Exile 2 for the majority of the cycle, and then either keep playing if you want to keep playing Path of Exile 2, or jump into Path of Exile 1 when its league launches and enjoy that, either for the entire period or until the next Path of Exile 2 one comes out. And of course, because your purchases are shared, if you were to buy supporter packs or microtransactions in either, they're just available on your characters in the other. Speaking of Path of Exile 1 expansions, we've got one coming out in just 3 weeks, on August 18th. Let's watch the trailer for Path of Exile, Trial of the Ancestors.
Huh?
Souls such as yours do not go quietly into the night. They thirst for battle. They yearn to prove themselves. Welcome to the Halls of the Dead.
Oh, this looks awesome.
Earn your place among us.
Like a battle arena? Oh, please, yes. Oh, it's like a PvP one. You gotta fight one-on-one versus these guys? Oh, that's so sick. It's not actual PvP, but it's like you're fighting against, like, the heroes or whatever. Oh, that's so good.
Prove yourself.
It's not actual PvP, but it's like pseudo PvP, right? Oh, that is so cool. It's like a battle arena. Oh, I love it. Oh, I love it. Dude. This looks so cool. Passive skill tattoos as well. More keystones. That looks so good, man. Itemized sanctums, okay. Guardian revamp, okay. All new chieftain, what?
In the end.
Oh, that looks so cool. August 18th. I'm in.
Will it be you?
I'm in. That looks so cool. Like you're socketing in your battle plans and then you're part of that battle?
Chieftains of each tribe
oh, that looks so
in a
sick.
tournament called the Trial of the Ancestors.
Oh my gosh.
You will journey to the afterlife, assemble your own team, and enter the tournament to battle those chieftains and earn valuable rewards. As you play through areas in the Ancestor Challenge League, you'll find tradable silver coins. Using them will take you to the Karui Afterlife, where you will encounter Navali, who you may remember from the Prophecy League. Each coin allows you to play a match of the tournament. You start the tournament with a basic team consisting of 3 warriors.
Bro.
The tournament is double elimination, meaning you're allowed to have 1 loss without consequence. A second loss eliminates you from the tournament. Your team will compete against 10 other tribes, and you choose who you're going to challenge next out of the teams left in the tournament.
Oh my gosh.
When you start a match, you see the configuration of the enemy team and get to place your team of warriors on the battlefield to challenge theirs. You and your party of exiles will play alongside your warriors. So while this league does have many elements of an auto-battler, you're right there fighting alongside them.
Dude, that is so cool.
During a match, when a warrior dies, they respawn at their totem after a short time. If
their
their totem is destroyed, then they are instantly killed and can't respawn. The team that destroys all of the opposing totems wins. If you're playing a hardcore character though, don't worry. Hinekora, the goddess of death, is watching over you and will restore your soul to your body, so you can't permanently die in the afterlife.
Huh.
Like that.
Interesting.
In the Trial of the Ancestors, strategy and tactics are key. Every unit has its own strengths and weaknesses that must be utilized to win matches. Speaking of rewards, let's discuss the good part. What you can earn for succeeding at the Trial of the Ancestors. You can tell this gets me excited. Okay. You get a reward as you win each round of the tournament, and these rewards are visible when you're selecting which tribe you want to play against. They'll help inform your decision, as some of them are regular rewards and some of them are exclusive new rewards you can only get from the Trial of the Ancestors. I'm literally tripping over my words to get to the part where I can explain tattoos. Okay. The Ancestors reward you with special tattoos that are not applied to your skin, but they're engraved on your soul. This process can transform what your attribute skills on the passive tree do, basically the attribute highway nodes generally. The regular ones can only be applied to basic attribute skills and allow you to convert your tree's attribute highways into something more useful for you. For example, this one converts a small dexterity skill into movement speed. Each tribe has its own exclusive passive tattoos. This tattoo converts a small strength skill into additional fire resistance. This one converts a small intelligence skill into additional lightning damage. And this one converts a small strength skill into one that summons a minion when you take a savage hit from a unique enemy. But don't go overboard on the number of skills you convert with tattoos, as you'll probably need at least some of your attributes left to equip items. Each of the 10 tribes has an exclusive unique item that you can earn. These rarely show up as rewards for defeating that tribe in a match. Katava's Hunger is a unique majestic plate that you can earn by defeating the Katava tribe. As you can see, it grants an immense amount of life for a single item, providing you don't have any life on any other pieces of your equipment. While this is tricky to accomplish, it also frees up all those other potential life slots to be something else that benefits your build, making it pure upside. This amulet is a unique item you can earn by defeating the Arohongui tribe. It has the powerful effect of causing your flasks to instantly recover life and mana whenever you're low. This could potentially be a powerful panic button, or maybe you want to build around permanently being on low life or mana, so all of your flask usage is instant. If you manage to win the entire tournament, you'll not only receive the reward for the final match, but Hinokoro will also give you a choice of 3 additional... Sorry, button didn't work. Of 3 additional exclusive items. Let's have a look at some of the things you may be offered. First up, there are 4 unique items that exclusively come from Hinokoro for completing the tournament.
Oh, wow.
This belt, for example, lists a plethora of really powerful properties, both beneficial and detrimental.
What the heck?
While you're wearing the belt, the property shifts around every 5 seconds. You never know what's going to happen next. Will you always crit, always evade, never evade? Maybe you're able to find some ways to build around the detrimental effects to create as much upside as possible.
Interesting.
Hinokoro also has a selection of special, more advanced passive tree tattoos that you can only receive from her. This one transforms a 30 intelligence notable attribute skill into one that increases the level of all of your intelligence gems. You're only allowed 1 copy of the specific attribute combination tattoo on a tree.
This league looks so crazy.
For new players, I'm going to try to include some
it.
Extra content to help make the changes more understandable. You can find out all the detail in the patch notes and other
tune into the Path of Exile stream
a few weeks before release. Let's start with how the Trial of the Ancestors expansion expands Path of Exile's endgame.
Oh, okay.
In December last year, we released an expansion called The Forbidden Sanctum, which introduced the Sanctum Challenge League. This league was a roguelike game set within Path of Exile where you would randomly explore a randomly generated sanctum 1 room at a time, alongside your regular play. You'd pick which rooms you wanted to explore out of several options and accumulate beneficial boons and detrimental afflictions that made your run easier and harder, respectively.
I'd like to try it,
Not only did Sanctum work really well as a league, but it also had the potential to be added to Path of Exile as part of its core endgame content, alongside systems like mapping, delve, and heist.
That'd be nice, that'd be nice. I'd like to do
this expansion, the Forbidden Sanctum is back.
Cool. Nice. Very cool.
I've really been looking forward to this one. We're reintroducing the Sanctum as core content in Path of Exile's endgame.
Excellent.
You'll initially meet Divinia, the Sanctum NPC, in Act 10. Sanctums are now tradable items that you can find while playing maps in the endgame. A forbidden tome represents a whole floor of the Sanctum, and its rooms can be played back to back, or you can take breaks between them and do something else if you choose. Upon successfully completing that Sanctum floor, the next floor is generated as a tradable item with all of the state of your Sanctum run built in.
Yeah.
This means that the item stores what boons and afflictions you had, what rewards you've locked in, and how much resolve you have left. You can then either play this floor or trade it to someone else if it feels more beneficial. For example, let's say you manage to lock in a really valuable reward. The example here is a Mirror of Calandra, but you'll also notice that... Do I have a laser pointer? It doesn't work on the board. Okay, 1 resolve. This is an example here where the player has a very good reward locked in, but a massive pile of dangerous afflictions and only 1 resolve on them. If you don't feel capable of completing the rest of the Sanctum from this point, then it would normally be a write-off, right? If you gave this to me, no way am I getting that mirror. But you can now trade the Sanctum state to someone else who is willing to pay for the chance to earn the mirror. Or lose it. And you can look at expected value in economics, right? It's worth some percentage of that mirror. So you trade it for like 5 chaos to someone, they run it and lose their chaos. Extreme archaeology completely changes how you play expedition encounters. Instead of placing a series of regular explosives, you now place one gigantic explosive.
Just light it up.
Every single chest or monster in the blast radius is affected by every remnant
Just let it
in
rip.
that radius.
Yes, don't let me pick. Just click it and send it. Let's go. Light her up. Yes.
Speaker of the Dead makes it so that tormented spirits can possess you rather than possessing monsters. Boosting your stats instead. While possessed, you can touch monsters just like a spirit can, making them stronger and more rewarding.
You can what?
It's kind of getting silly at this point, isn't it?
You can
Blight is like a tower defense minigame inside Path of Exile. The Cassia's Pride keystone makes it so that Blight monsters take significantly less damage from players and significantly more damage from Blight towers. This basically lets you go all in playing it like an actual tower defense game.
But can you take less damage from the monsters too?
Lucid Dreams makes it so that Val's side areas in your maps are no longer corrupted, meaning that you can use currency items to change their mods. That's right, when you encounter a Val side area, the keystone lets you craft it.
That's cool.
Yeah, so we rebalanced the side area mods, we've improved reward outcomes, and we've made the downside mods a bit more punishing, you know, just to make it interesting if you try to go for the good outcomes. You may also rarely encounter a unique Val side area.
Bruh, those all look nuts.
In addition to the 14 new support gems, our balance work for the Trial of the Ancestors involved us revamping 2 Ascendancy classes. These are the subclasses that you can specialize in as you play through Path of Exile's
Chieftain,
campaign.
is that what I saw?
Each main character class has 3 Ascendancy classes available. In the last expansion, Crucible, we overhaul the Pathfinder and Saboteur. This time, it's the Guardian and Chieftain, which are specializations of the
Chieftain main, boys,
respectively. While we were very happy with the theme of the Guardian, it was falling behind the power level and popularity of other Ascendancy classes. Our changes in this expansion have modernized the class and will present you with more relevant build opportunities than before.
Tectonic Slam Chieftain.
Okay. Path of Exile 102. Harmony of Purpose can power up parties using link skills. Time of Need now completely cleanses and heals you every 4 seconds. Radiant and Unwavering Crusade both fully embrace the Holy Summoner theme by giving you access to some exciting new types of minions that are exclusive to this Ascendancy class. We have this picture on the announcement page, pathofexile.com/ancestor, for you to scrutinize. Next.
Locked in.
While the Guardian's revamp was similar to that of the Pathfinder, the Chieftain has received the Saboteur treatment. To be honest, we were unhappy about many aspects of this Ascendancy class in its old form, and so we have completely redesigned it. You can play it now. It's basically an entirely new Ascendancy class with the same name and art and a new way of approaching its themes. Its new skills let you, among other things, cause enemies to explode, turn off enemies' fire resistance while you're stationary, convert passive skills to apply to fire damage, and have your fire resistances apply to your cold and lightning resistances. I'll just give you a second more to read.
Skills from equipped body armor are supported by Fist of War.
That's on the site too for you to check out. It's pretty powerful now.
An Ancestral Call? Are you kidding me?
To celebrate the release of the Trial of the Ancestors, we'll be hosting a boss kill event. To enter, create a hardcore solo self-found character in the Ancestor League and race to kill all 7 Uber Pinnacle bosses on the same character.
Fist of
War.
Note
that unlike the last event we ran, this one is not a ruthless event. We'll post more information about the event and its prizes in the news before release. Best of luck to everyone.
Slam Chieftain coming in hot, baby.
For the Ancestor Challenge League, we're launching 2 new series of supporter packs. The
Slam
and Disciple
main
packs.
Chieftain.
Each tier contains the pack's full face value and points, alongside several exclusive microtransactions. These packs are only available for the duration of the Ancestor League, and will leave the store forever when it ends. As always, the microtransactions in these packs are purely cosmetic and do not affect the character's power or progression in any way, despite how cool they look. If you missed out on attending Exilecon this year, we'll be at Gamescom in Germany in August and PAX West in Seattle in September. At both shows, the Path of Exile 2 booth will have our Exilecon demo available to play, and a small team of Grindy Games developers, including me and Jonathan, to chat to, and we hope to see you there. Thanks so much for joining us this weekend at Exilecon 2023. Have a great show, everyone.
Woohoo! Let me see what it actually is for you.